Hello and welcome back to LendAPI Academy. My name is Kay and this is episode 9 in our introduction to the LendAPI series. In this series we are going to be exploring all of the features and functionalities offered in the LendAPI ecosystem, as well as teaching you how to build your own lending product utilizing the platform. So with that being said, let's get started. In our last episode, we went through how to create an offer table utilizing our pricing engine, and we were able to successfully create and test an offer table with two new output variables. One is APR and one is approved loan amount. So in this episode, what we want to do is we want to use this offer table and wrap up our product in Product Studio. So let's get started. So navigating back to Product Studio, in our Pizza Personal Loan, you'll see our pre-approval flow, which is currently a three-step process ending in an approval utilizing our decision trees. Now what we want to do is we want to add an offer to this three-step process to showcase to the user some common features and a loan amount as well as an APR for filling out this information. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new tab, and I'm going to name this tab Initial Offer, and this will come in after employment information. So employment information is no longer the last step, and which means that after the pre-approval flow for decision tree for pizza lending has been approved, the next step would actually be initial offer. We're going to save this form. And in this initial offer, there's a couple of different things you can do. I think for our sake, what we want to do is we want to keep it very simple. We want to showcase the APR as well as the loan amount based on the information that was put in employment info. So to do that, I think the best way to go about it is actually to add in a rich text editor and add the actual amounts in here. So we've utilized our rich text editor quite a bit in this Product Studio, but now we want to do it in a really cool way. We actually want to add in our variables so that this text comes out in a dynamic way. So when a user navigates to this page after they've been approved, we will tell them a few different things. The first thing would be a congratulations message. On being pre-approved. Then we want to personalize this message. Let's put in the user's first and last name, and we can actually add variables into a rich text editor based on the add variable type. So let's put in first name and last name. So when the user navigates to here, they'll see congrats, you've been pre-approved, and they'll see their name and next we want to say you have been approved for the loan amount. And here we'll put in the actual loan amount that the user has been approved for. So we're going to add in the variable, and because this is a variable, this will actually be coming from our offer table. And we'll see the approved amount here and then we will also add in the APR of and we'll add the APR here. And I think this should do it for our initial offer. We'll leave with a little message on next steps on how to actually finalize this amount. And with that, let's save this for now and continue to add a few more pages to this product studio. So now that our application is a 4-step process, with the last step being an initial offer, we have to decide what we want users to do after they accept this initial offer. I think the first thing we want to do is actually have them upload a quick driver's license or an ID to do a verification and fraud check. Of course, if you are integrated with something like Plaid Auth, you can utilize that directly in our widgets. So you can actually drag and drop the authentication widget into your application, and the users will be able to proceed to do an actual IDV through that process. For us, since we're going to keep it a little bit more simple, we actually want users to upload their driver's license. So before we do that, let me show you how to get a document upload added into your product. A really simple process. All you have to do is go into our document upload template here in our workflows menu, and you'll see here you have the capability to add a new template. And let's name this one pizza approval DL. And this is a approval or IDV check for our pizza personal loans. And once we've submitted this, you'll be taken to the Edit Document Templates page where you can actually add in the document type that you want to collect. So LendAPI has a couple of different out-of-the-box document types, driver's license, passports, pay stubs, and utility bills. These are very common in personal lending space as well as business lending. Of course, you can always add others and type in your own document name and description to showcase to the user for actual upload purposes. But for us, we are going to be utilizing driver's license, and you'll see that the user will see the driver's license name, when they select the document upload, and as well as a description. You'll also see that you have the capability to edit the description as well as the name. So for us, we will say, please upload a picture of the front of your driver's license. And now we can add the document. And now the document has been added. Of course, you can add multiple documents if you want to collect more than one per template. But for us, I think this should be enough to do the trick. So this is now available for us to use, and of course you can edit this action at any time. And finally, the last two workflows that's here in our workflows menu are document library as well as agreement. So document library is actually utilized for users to upload any documentation such as contracts or agreements to be added into the application or email templates within LendAPI. So if you need to add in any sort of documents or showcase any sort of documents such as consents, you are able to do so here. And agreement is actually a cool function. It is utilized for you to actually create your very own offer agreement directly within LendAPI. So let's go ahead and do that. So part of our process, once you've checked your IDV, I think the next step would be for an actual user to sign their offer agreement with this pizza personal loan. So let's create an offer agreement for them to sign. To do so, all you have to do is add the offer and name it. And submit this to the next page. Now you are able to edit the agreement itself. You'll notice a couple different things. The first of which is this agreement is going to be tied to a specific outcome. For us, we are utilizing our pre-approval as the outcome for this agreement, meaning that this agreement should not show if this step has not been reached. This approved step has not been reached. This is a common function throughout the other features within LendAPI, such as pricing engine, email templates, and so forth. And the second thing is you'll see, let's tie this particular offer to a product, of course, our lending product. And finally, you can select a type of agreement, whether it's pre-qualification offer or the offer itself. Or you can even tie it to a document in document library. For anyone who wants to use this particular offer agreement or contractual agreement in the product studio itself, the offer or pre-qualification offer are the two most common agreement types. For us, we're going to make this a final offer. Now, for this, we're going to add in a simple agreement for the users to sign, and you can add it directly here within our agreement structure, which utilizes a lot of components similar to a rich text editor. So I will add in a few different functions here. The first thing I'm going to add is a dynamic variable so that when the user navigates here, they can actually be able to see what they're agreeing to. So for us, we're going to put in the user's first and last name. And we're going to type out a quick offer contractual agreement. Of course, this is our test case. And let's put in their APR and approved amount. Okay. And that should do it. I think the biggest benefit of utilizing our LendAPI offer functionality is that we actually implement our own e-sign feature as part of this agreement. So when you are ready to actually publish this agreement in a second, I will show you how this actually allows the users to e-sign directly into Product Studio itself and timestamps all of the signature information as well. So for those users that do not want to add another integration such as DocuSign into their system, you can utilize LendAPI directly. So let's update this offer, and before we publish it, we can always view it and see what this looks like in a PDF format. Of course, you'll see all of the variables right now in this preview version is blanked out, but once a user navigates to here, they should be able to see all the dynamic text. So let's navigate back, and looks like we're ready to publish. We'll publish this as version 1. And now we are able to actually utilize this in our Product Studio. So let's see, we've published all of our versions, and let's navigate back to Product Studio and add these pieces in. So we left off with our initial offer. So once a user has seen this and they feel comfortable, we want to add another tab, and the next tab would be for the actual IDV or identity verification, and this will come in after initial offer. So initial offer will no longer be next step, and for IDV, all we're looking for is a simple document upload. And you'll see that once you navigate over to controls, we have a document upload widget right here for you to drag and drop. And once you drag it into here, you'll see in the properties section that we have our driver's license upload readily available to use. So this will appear once we are ready to use this document upload for the users to be able to upload their driver's license. Well, let's continue and let's select the next step to save this form. As always save as you work within the platform. It's very important so you don't lose any work. And I think our final tab will be our actual contract, which we just created in our offer agreement function. And this will, of course, be where we drag and drop our offer agreement, which we just created. You'll see once you drag and drop, this is an actual test version of your offer agreement. So this is not what the actual agreement will look like. This is just a preview of what it's going to look like. So for this, I think this will be our final step for the user in this application. And let's save this form and let's take a look at in the preview of the full 6 steps within the pizza lending product. So we have our first 3 initial steps for filling in the application to get to a pre-approval. Then we have our initial offer, followed by our upload. You'll see we have a driver's license, and for them to upload here, we also have a tooltip which will show the user the information to continue, and then finally the agreement, followed by a signature. And this is where LendAPI's built-in signature box comes in place. So looks like we have everything in place. So let's publish and test this out. So this will be our final version. And let's set it as default. And we will publish this particular product. So I will end our video for part 9 here, and please come back in the final part of our Introduction to LendAPI series, episode 10, in the next video, where we will showcase everything we've done so far. Thank you for watching along, and as always, please follow and subscribe to our channel.